Can you believe it? We've nearly done it. We've nearly got through an entire season together. It's match day 34. The title's been decided. Congratulations to FC Bayern, to all you Munich fans, for reclaiming the meisterschale. That was wrapped up on match day 32. But there's still a few loose ends to be tidied up. Notably, for who's going down and who's going to end up in which European competition next season. So let's get into that. This is your match day 34 fixtures. We're going to start proceedings with FC Bayern away at Hoffenheim. And as we record this, he says, looking at his magic watch, I ain't got a magic watch, that Vincent Kompany's just holding his last presser for the Bundesliga season, and I won't do the voice, even though he does speak 5 different languages. This is Vincent Kompany, the big brain one. Everyone from last week is fine. There's no real changes. So we'll jump straight in then. So Hoffenheim as the home team. Oliver Baumann in goal. Currently Germany's number 1 goalkeeper, that is. You got a back 3 of Arthur Chavez, Leo Oostergaard and Kevin Akpoguma. And we've got a midfield 4 of Kader Berek on the right, Marius Bulter on the left. Check out his goal, by the way, against Wolfsburg last week. Very dramatic in a game that ended up being 2-2. You've got a midfield pairing of Anton Stack. We love Anton Stack. And Tom Bischoff. Please clap that in, because this will be his last official game for Hoffenheim. And isn't it weird, isn't it funny how life works out? That the fickle fingers of fate have put Tom Bischoff in his last game against his current employer, against his future employer. Yeah, actually, that contract, as I do my Serge Gnabry impression, that contract's been pushed through because Munich want Tom Bischoff to join up with Munich in America. Coming to America. Watched the sequel the other night. Very funny. 30 years in the making, but very, very funny. Munich want Tom Bischoff to be part of the Club World Cup squad, which kicks off June 15th. And you can follow that right here with us on this channel, the German Football Spotlight channel. Back to this game then. Right, so, and then ahead of that midfield, you've got Bazaman Toure, or Baz Toure, next to Andreas Kramovic. He likes to pop up with a very important goal. And then they're trying to create as many chances as possible for Adam Hojek. And I'll just confirm that there's Andrei Kramovic. 11 goals, look, this season. Adam Hojek's been very, very important for them too. 8 goals. Marius Bulter, he's come with 7. Again, check out that goal against Wolfsburg. And Tom Bischoff, you will be missed, sir. 5 goals. We haven't seen Gift Orban in a while, and he made such an explosive start coming in from Belgium. I think at one point he'd scored like 4 in 3 games. And then Tabakovic, he frequently gets a game off the bench. Look at that, 16 appearances off the bench, 3 very important goals. And I say important because of where they are in the table. And don't worry, we'll come on to Munich in a minute. Don't worry about that. The Hoffenheim are mathematically safe on 32 points, tied with St. Pauli. Their goal difference is pretty terrible, but it's not as terrible as Frank Schmidt's Heidenheim. And we'll touch on that in another video as well, but just so you understand. So as it stands then, going into match day 34, and I'm really sorry, Rise. Sorry, Ryan from Rise Footy Paradise, but you're already down, aren't you? Yeah, Bochum went down last week. They got smashed 4-1 at home to Mainz, who themselves are still pushing to be involved in the European competition next season. So Bochum have gone down, as have Holstein Kiel. They put up a damn good fight, but they just ran out of steam. It's their debut season in the Bundesliga, to be fair, Kiel. So let's clap that in. They did come up with that historic first ever away win against Union Berlin a few weeks back. So really, it's all down to these 3 teams, but it feels like with that minus 24 goal difference for Frank Schmidt's Heidenheim, well, it's pretty simple, right? They have to win. Heidenheim in their game. Where's it gone? There you are. Sorry, their home game against Werder Bremen, who themselves need they need to win too, and a lot of other results need to go their way in order to try and make it into a European competition next season. Heidenheim have to win. St. Pauli, well, that's quite an interesting game. There could have been more drama to it, but it's not transpired, has it really? St. Pauli, they're mathematically safe too, like your bullies and your tankers, Jimbo in bullseye. They're practically safe. They're playing Bochum are already down, so they'll be planning. Dieter Hecking has said that even if we go down, which has been confirmed, he's going to stay with the club. So Dieter Hecking, with those tiny little professor-like glasses, he'll already be thinking about a rebuild as they go down to the Zweite Bundesliga. So that really won't matter. St. Pauli will want to win because they want to finish on a high. They want to score as many goals as they can because goals have been at a premium. And any other game, I suppose, which we were just highlighting there, is Hoffenheim, who are playing at home against Munich. Munich, by the way, if you look at the table, at the top half, obviously they've already won. They've already wrapped up the Meisterschale. They're just 5 goals away from Megalen this season. It's no record. It's impressive, though, right, to score 100 goals in a season. And that would put them finishing the season on 82 points. Again, it's not a record year, but they have set out in their mission, and that mission has been achieved. Tick that box. Meisterschale back in Munich. Anyway, so that was a brief look at the implications down at the bottom of the table based on these fixtures. Munich, by the way, congratulations to Michael Olise. He's been given the FC Bayern, so I guess that internal voting. He is your player of the month for April. Clap that in. And not only that, we'll go one step further. Michael Olise has been named as a Bundesliga player of the month for April. How cool is that? One step further, look. Your votes help Michael Olise claim the Bundesliga player of the month for April. Clap that in. That was ahead of Mitchell Weiser from Werder Bremen, Robin Koch of Frankfurt, who, slight side note, did see some transfer rumours. He's got a clever agent and a clever management team that's suggesting that if Frankfurt don't end up in the Champions League, which is a lot's got to happen for them not to make it, then he might be on the move because, you know, he's what, 27, 28? He is approaching his prime. It's a big shot window, you know, being in the Champions League. Anyway, we'll have to follow that story. Ritsu Doan is a transfer target for Borussia Dortmund, and we put that in a video recently when we talked about them, and by them, I mean Dortmund signing on a permanent deal young Daniel Svensson, the Swede, who came in from FC Nordsjælland from the Superliga in Denmark. But in that same video, and again, we have a reliable news source that Ritsu Doan is wanted by both Frankfurt, where Robin Koch plays, and also is wanted by Dortmund as they go through a rebuild themselves. Funny that Valdemar Anton was also in that nomination for April. He plays at Dortmund, and Joshua Kimmich, captain extraordinaire of title-winning Munich, München. Interesting that, just a side note as well, that Min Jae Kim has been told, this is according to Toby Altschaffer, who writes for Sport Bild, and he covers Munich, he covers Augsburg. We've got to trust him, right? He writes for Bild. Min Jae Kim was told by Bayern that he's allowed to leave the club. He might have some animal cubs. He's allowed to leave this summer, and that was before Eric Dyer was snapped up by AS Monaco. But even now, should Jonathan Tah join the club, Bayern are still willing to sell Kim and are hoping to get between 30 and 35 million euro. Chelsea in the running, along with Newcastle, to sign Min Jae Kim. At one point it was Inter. Where will he end up going? Where will Min Jae Kim end up going? How about you let us know? You know the drill by now. Let us know in the comment section down below. let's get... And then the other news, by the way, is old shiny pant man, Max Eberl. Apparently his future... Wow, this is... His future as a director is on thin ice, look. Max Eberl's future at FC Bayern will depend on how the coming weeks unfold. At Monday's supervisory board meeting, that sounds special, doesn't it? It sounds like it's a meeting of Bond villains. At Monday's supervisory board meeting, Eberl was told very clearly what the club's higher-ups expect from him, and that is player sales and a reduction of the wage bill. And why is that important? Because they want to bring in Florian Wirtz, and he's going to cost, potentially, €150 million base price. Right, so they need to get some Deutschmarks from somewhere. I also heard that they are leveraging their relationship with Adidas. Who says that? With Adidas to try and rake in some cash to fund that transfer of Florian Wirtz. We'll keep following that in the coming weeks. Anyway, you're here to see the potential lineup, right? So Manny Neuer back in goal for the second game in a row. 39. He's struggling with a calf strain, but bless him, he must be whacking those injections in and playing through the pain. We've got a back four, 4-2-3-1. That's what the big brain one has gone with all season. We've got Rafael Guerrero on the left back. We've got King Conrad Lima at right back. We've got Josip Stanisic next to Eric Dyer for the last time, by the way, unless they managed to retain him for the Club World Cup, but I think that window of opportunity is gone now. So anyway, this is the last time anyway in the Bundesliga you'll ever see Eric Dyer wearing a Bayern Munich shirt. Ahead of them we've got a double pivot. There's no Leon Goretzka, no Leon Fitness, LA Fitness Leon Goretzka. Again, rumours are from the likes of Florian Plettenberg and co that they're not going to renew his contract, so he's welcome to go. So where is he going to end up? We'll have to follow that one too as part of our daily content, part of our transfer talk videos. Anyway, Joshua Kimmich, captain extraordinaire next to Pavlovic, young Alex Pavlovic. We hope and pray that he shakes off all his illnesses and has a fantastic future. And then we've got that attacking front three. We've got Michael Olise with that beautiful left foot on the left. We've got Leroy Sané on the right. And just on that, by the way, today's the day, innit? Today's the deadline day. He was given an ultimatum with his new agent, old Bond villain himself, Pini Zahini, was given the deadline of today, the 16th of May, where basically Max Eberl and co have gone, right, here's that contract we talked about. You take it or you leave it. And apparently I read as well another another tweet that, or another X, tweet sounds better, doesn't it? Another X just sounds forceful. That, yeah, it's like no more negotiation. In fact, I did also read somewhere that they've come out and said, old Max Eberl and co, that we're not doing this again. We're not setting a precedent that if any of our players swaps the management team, gets a new agent, that does not give them the right to come in and renegotiate their contract. And do you know what? I applaud that. I think that's smart. I think that's business savvy. Yeah, that draws a line in the sand. You lay that precedent down to say that's not happening again. Anyway, Leroy Sané, should he stay or do you want to get rid of him? You know the drill. Let me know in the comment section down below how you would handle this situation. Anyway, Leroy Sané on the left. And Thomas Muller, clap it in, people. His last ever game for Bayern Munich, ? Unless they retain him for the Club World Cup, unless he gets some game time out there, which we hope he does. We want his legacy to continue. Either way, though, this will be the last ever time Thomas Muller competes in the Bundesliga. Yeah, there you go. His 503rd Bundesliga and final game. His 751st game, by the way. And of course, they're all trying to feed Harry Kane. Harry Kane, who is the current top goal scorer in the Bundesliga with 25 goals, all being well. Now, depending upon the result, well, depending upon other results, I suppose, but if Dortmund absolutely destroy Holstein Kiel, who are already down, by the way, already relegated, if he absolutely carves them up, if Pascal Gross flicks that switch and becomes the assist meister that we know he's capable of, along with Julian Brandt and Carney Chukwuemeka, who, again, we've seen rumours that they're not. Dortmund won't be extending his loan period. They won't be looking to sign him. They're going to pack his bag and send him back to Chelsea. Anyway, if either of those attacking midfielders can supply Girassi, if he could end up scoring 5 or 6 in the same game. He scored 4 in the same game before. And that was against Union Berlin when they smashed that wall down. That was a while back. So they've got the potential. Anyway, Bayern, any goal fest in that game. Same with Leverkusen, who, by the way, slight side note, but we'll cover that more in another video. If Leverkusen managed to just draw and or win against Mainz away, then that they will set a new record for 34 games unbeaten consecutively. 34 game unbeaten streak. That'll be a Bundesliga record if they can achieve that. Otherwise, Harry Kane will lift that trophy for top goal scorer in the division. He'll lift that. He'll get to lift that little Arsenal cannon, won't he? Which makes all Arsenal fans chuckle because, of course, Harry Kane used to play for Tottenham. And just a quick look at where he sits in the... Is this European? Yeah, this is the European list of goal involvements. Mo Salah way out in front with 46. 28 personal goals, 18 assists. Harry Kane, though, 32 goal involvements. Just one ahead of Kylian Mbappe. That's a Real Madrid team that's finished... Well, the season's got one more game to go, but they've conceded, right? Because Barcelona were the champions in La Liga. Well done to Lamine Yamal. Check out that goal, by the way, in their 2-0 win. Woohoo! Check that one out. Anyway, it feels like we're pretty much wrapped up here. Yeah, we've gone through the 2 probable lineups. Congratulations again for Michael Olise being nominated the FC Bayern Player of the Month and winning the award for the Bundesliga Player of the Month, as sponsored by EAFC. Congratulations. What about a prediction then, Gonzo, for this game here for Hoffenheim, who again they're on thin ice. They could do with at least a point, and or just don't ship too many goals, because if they'd have to get smashed, wouldn't they? Really. So 2 things have got to happen, really, I suppose, in order for this dynamic to change. Heidenheim absolutely have to win their game at home to Werder, and then they need to score like 8 goals, which ain't. I say that, it ain't going to happen, but you know that stranger things have happened in football. Anyway, for this game, what's your prediction, Gonzo? Hit me! Ooh! I like it like that. Gonzo here, who likes to make bold predictions. He's gone for a 4-1 away win to Bayern Munich. That's brave. 4-1. 4-1 away win Bayern Munich. What do you think? What's your prediction for the score for this game? Are you in alignment with Gonzo here that it's going to be 4-1? 4-1 will put them on 99 goals for this season, 1 short of the gallon. What do you think? Anyway, what do you think about any of the content that we've talked about today? You know the drill. Let us know in that content section down below. Please, if you could, like this video, go 1 step further and subscribe, and better still, spread the word, please, on our behalf. Tell your friends, tell your classmates, tell your workmates, tell your familiar. Just tell people, right? When you're out and about and you're in with a shout, just tell people. Get them in. We'll look after them, because we welcome everyone here, because this is a place where men and women, but real men, cry too. Everyone's safe here. Come on, it's a safe space. Anyway, Mia Stan Mia, catch you soon. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Ciao, ciao, ciao.